Yeah.
Going?
Yep.
All right. Hey everyone, this is Vash, commonly known as Vash, YD number 27, 4Y talent. And so today we'll be going over if it is your first time on the battlefield or first time coming to Belgrade. First thing I'm going to cover is what happens during a typical practice. The most common thing we'll do at a typical practice is fight each other, obviously. But in between that fighting, there's going to be a lot of breaks, especially during the summer like right now. I'm sweating a lot. We're going to have I would say the most important thing that happens in practice is not actually the fighting that we do, but the community that takes place. It's us hanging out. If this is something that interests you to come to, that's the part that makes people stay. Fighting is what we come together for. It's our excuse to meet up, if you would. But in reality, it's the friends, it's the people we meet, it's the community we make. That's why we stay. And so the typical fighting you will see will be one team here, one team there. They fight each other. You have your one life. When you die, you step off to the side. When everyone is dead on a side, we reset. We do that again until we all call for water. We go drink, and we come back and do it again. So what do you need to get into gear, and what don't you need? So the very first thing to cover is, in my opinion, and I am correct, there are only 3 things that you need in LARP if there's no loaner gear present to play the game of Belgrade. Those 3 things, if you take a quick look, pause video, whatever, take your guesses, it is in front of you. There are 3 things. Those 3 things are a pair of gloves, hydration, and a stick. No longer present, you need a stick of fire. So, stick's pretty self-evident, hydration's pretty self-evident since it's like 150 degrees, they get the heat warning. Why gloves though? You'll hear some veterans say, I don't wear gloves, I don't need gloves. Guess what? That's why they're wrong and I'm right. Put their hands, they've been playing for about 10 years under an x-ray, it looks for microfractures, you'll find a lot. It's a game, it's a martial art. We are hitting each other with sticks. You can hit this part way harder than this part. You can hurt your hands. Wear gloves. Past that, the optional pieces of gear, all right? This is pretty much most of my kits. Armor, optional. Shield, optional. Borrow one from a friend. I have 2 pairs of shoes. I have one for rainy days, like boots. I have ones for non-rainy days. I have backup gloves, backup sticks. All these things here, most of them are optional. Most kits you'll see will have the 3 things I listed and a tunic. That's what we wear out the fight in. That's all you really need. Everything else is just a fluff. And then if you're not ready to fight, come out to the field still, because once again, you can have that community aspect. A lot of people in our game I know nowadays do not fight. They craft. They sew, they make armors, they make weapons. All these things you see here, low-key fun fact, if you do come to the field, you'll learn about me, is I don't craft any of it. I don't like it. I throw a credit card at people and then this stuff shows up at my doorstep. And in my way, that I crafted it, because I paid money. So this was all made by someone in our game, and that can be their sole endeavor, and they are just as much part of the game as someone like me who fights. And then the tips from an experienced fighter like myself on how I overcame my first stage jitters. I started playing LARP in general, not Belgrade specifically, when I was 18 at college, and I was walking up University of Chattanooga as like a long hill. I was walking up that hill and I looked over and I saw people hitting each other with foam bats, and I was like, I dig it. I dig a lot. But I literally approached with the mindset that somebody might be like, that's my sword, you know, like just some super nerd, and I didn't really belong there because I was like out for a run. And I was just like, hey, whoa, what y'all doing over here? But they were like really they greeted me very well, and from there I was hooked. But I would say the best way to get over those first stage jitters, especially introvert, things like that, is just take that first actual literal step of coming to the field, meet some people, shake their hand, talk with people. You will be as included in the community as you want to be included. That's the biggest step someone can take to get into our game. And then past that, that's all I got. That's Vash. Done.